So welcome back to another Disused Railway Explore video, and we're back on the Monsal Trail today. So this is part 3 that we've done, and I'm just at the site of the old Millersdale station.
So we're starting today at Millersdale on the right hand side there, and we're going as far as Cheedale, where that little triangle is there. So anything to the left of that triangle is still an active freight line. So this is Millersdale Station. It opened in 1863, and at its peak was a major junction on the line between London, Derby and Manchester, where passengers and goods would change for Buxton, and that's despite its extremely rural location. So in its heyday, Millersdale had 5 platforms, including 4 through platforms. So for many years, the station carried the name Millersdale for Tideswell. Millersdale Station closed in 1967 when stopping services ceased on the line. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, it'd mean the world to me if you'd hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notifications when I upload new videos.
So in part 1, we looked at the section from Bakewell to the Headstone Viaduct, and in part 2, we looked at the last section from the Headstone Viaduct through to Millersdale. So go and watch those two if you've not already. So just to catch you up, a bit of history about this section of the line. Opened in 1863 by the Midland Railway, trying to reach Manchester. But it closed to passengers in 1967, and the lines were ripped up by 1969. So straight after leaving Millersdale Station, we've got the old Station Quarry on the right hand side, and we've still got the loading platform there just behind those cars. So again, we've literally just left the platforms at Millersdale, and I'm just having a scout off into the undergrowth, and we've found what looks to be some kind of fish plate. Look at that. And I think we're actually in what was the old quarry. Right, just right to the right of the station, and we're just about to come up to the lime kilns in in a very short distance. But yeah, just like we've been sort of finding in the last few miles, lots of brick things joining the line. And there's another metal object there as well. Something down there, could that be part of an old kiln? Wow, that's fascinating. Great to find so early on. It's going to have a scout up here. See what we can see as well. So more brickwork. Careful, there's kind of holes everywhere. Someone's been having a bit of a wild camp. We'll go more bits of old rail. Look at that, there's 2 tracks coming out of the wall there. See if I can get a bit closer without breaking my neck. Now, that looks to me that's a line, an actual line going into the wall. So is that going into the kiln? Because it looks like there would have been some kind of supports underneath the line there.
So So when I got home, I had a look on some of the old maps from around 1900, and I actually found on this map, you can see where there's that line there going perpendicular to the main railway line, and that's the exact same spot that we've just been studying, looking at those rails coming out of the wall. So it could be possible that what we're looking at there is what we saw coming out of the wall.
Just on the left hand side, it looks like we've got what was a water tank. All that quarry in there. I'm just on my way up to the top of the lime kilns. Forgive the wheezing and the panting. Bit of a climb up there. Here we are on top. This is the East Buxton Lime Works. That was an old wagon.
So I love checking the old maps and just kind of piecing it together with what I found on my explores. So I've circled there where the lime kilns are, and you can actually see that circular railway line going up to the top on that map.
So that's brilliant. So if you watched the last video, part 2, you'll know that we went and saw the Millersdale Lime Works. And we went on top, but there was nothing like this. And I wasn't sure if it was the same kind of setup with the wagons brought to the top of those kilns. But you can see, so we'd go in a spiral, and that's where they tip the limestone down straight into the furnace. So let's have a look over the top. Anyway, I've done the top first. Now let's go down to the line side level and have a look at the kilns from there. So there's the front of the lime kilns. You couldn't really, it was pitch black inside there. I tried it with the torch from the phone. As you can see, I'm well kitted up to do these things. And I got a few photos with the flash, but it really was really dark, as you'd expect. It's basically a pitch black cave. But you can make out the ovens inside where they kind of made the lime. So yeah, really good that they've left those open for people to sort of go inside and have a look. So we can see railway sleepers just on the side there. It's like wooden timbers, chains. It's like that was something used to hoist up maybe to hoist up wagons, possibly. So on we go anyway. We're just going to cross over the river now. We're just about to go into the first tunnel of this video, and this is Chee Tor Tunnel. I think it's tunnel number 1. There's two Chee Tor tunnels. That's one of 3 tunnels that we're going to see in this video. So same design as the other ones that we saw in the previous 2 videos, basically. So straight out of Chee Tor tunnel number 1. And there's Chee Tor tunnel number 2. So this is still in it's the River Wye again. Look at the cutting and the valley that we're in. Absolutely stunning. Such a feat of engineering. Thread a railway through here. Tiny tunnel, this one. No lights in this one, we don't need lights. Look at that fault, that crack going all the way up the side there. So we've still got the river. We've got the river on this side now, should I say? You can see just sheer cliff faces. Don't get too close. We're way above the river now. I think down there somewhere. I'm not really familiar with the path, but there is a path that goes alongside of the river that you can take as an alternative, and the stepping stones and all things like that. So I really want to come back and have a look at that. My plan was to run back to the car down that path, but it's getting on 7 o'clock at night now. I've got a bit overexcited and kind of took a bit too long doing this trip, so I'll have to wait for another day, I'm afraid. Those cuttings are just absolutely stunning. We're just coming up to our final tunnel on the line now. So this is Russia Cutting Tunnel. We've got some kind of brackets on the side of the tunnel there. I'm assuming for some kind of drainage. So just on the exit of Russia Cutting Tunnel, and we've got these big, I can come down the side, see if we can see them. These big pillars, big supporting pillars on the side. They're holding the sides of the tunnel up. You can actually see these on Google Maps. That's how I knew they were here. It's crisscrossing the River Wye again. And look at this setting. This must have been one hell of a scenic rail journey.
We're coming up to the end of where we're allowed to follow the disused line now. So if we have a quick look at Railmap Online website again, the left side of the triangle here is still an active line. So we've come from the right hand side of the map, which is Millersdale Junction, To the top is Peak Forest Junction, which goes all the way into the large quarry complexes of Peak Forest, and then to the left is the town of Buxton. We can see on this map that there are two former stations. We've got Chee Halt and Blackwell Mill Halt, both of which we'll learn a bit more about in the next few minutes. So just one last map, so another map from around 1900, showing the triangle there, and we can see those railway cottages in the centre of the triangle.
So just at the top of this part of the triangle, so I'm looking towards the Peak Forest Quarry. So just out of sight around there joins a working railway line, which if anyone's familiar with the railway infrastructure of Buxton, that's the line the freight trains to the quarry take from Buxton. So yeah, we can't go that way, that's out of bounds. We're just going to have a look on that side of the triangle, what's called the side towards Buxton, basically, because we have got what used to be a little station called Blackwell Mill Halt, and it was only a tiny little halt. It was only long enough for one carriage, and originally it was opened just as a means of serving the railway workers that lived in some railway cottages just out of sight, just behind us. So it wasn't actually advertised on any stopping services, but that changed, and it kind of later on it turned into a little bit of a touristy thing. And the other little station, just to note, and was actually on the other side of the triangle, the one that's actually still a live railway line, and that was called Chee Tor Halt. And that was only open for a few months. It opened for basically for ramblers, and ramblers could get the train from Buxton and be dropped off at that little halt. But due to safety concerns, it was kind of mothballed after one season. So nothing left of that one there now. Just mentioning it for completeness, really. And there's those railway little cottages I was telling you about a few minutes ago. So they're right in the middle of the triangle. So yeah, pretty much at the end of as far as we can go on the trail now. What a way to finish. Look at that. Another stunning cutting. But we can't, that's as far as we can go. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that video and the other two, if you've watched the other two. Absolutely fantastic feat of engineering, the Monsal Trail. It's an absolutely spectacular place, and you can see why it's as popular with tourists as it is. So it'll make a fantastic railway as well, if they ever do open it up again. So yeah, I've got a little bit overexcited there. It's gone 7 o'clock and I've got at least an hour run back to the car, so I'm quite a bit later than I thought I was going to be. So I'll leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, take care, and I'll see you again soon on another Explore video.